come through. So I am seeing you there. And thank you everybody for being here. By the way, it is Saturday morning, and I realize that there's a lot of things you could be doing, but you're not. You're doing this right here. And so, thank you very much. It means a lot to us. This is a live Q&A, and I see a few people that hopped on here. There's some other people throwing up here in the chat. What did it say here?
I don't see it yet.
You got to click the button and get onto the chat, baby. Good morning to you. All right.
I can see it.
Hendo Henderson, good morning. Hey, where are you going, Aaron? Hey, it's all right, man. If you got to go get that breakfast cereal, I understand, man. I'm just messing with you. I just saw you get up, walk off. I thought I'd holler at you. This is a lot of fun, guys. I've never done this like the Zoom thing where we could see each other. Ryan, he looks like he's over chilling out on the deck. What's up, man? Yeah, good to see you. Hey, and it works on the phone, right? So you're on the phone? Yeah, this is great, guys. This is a wonderful first attempt at doing this. I'm having a great time already. There are a few people that are watching this, but they don't have their cameras turned on. And so, I guess they don't want us to see how beautiful they are on Saturday mornings. But absolutely, please feel free to jump on here, guys. All right. Hey, Usman's back. Usman's on an iPhone, it says. That's cool. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just blown away by this cool technology I've never used before. We got a bunch of other people watching. God, man, I feel so incredible about the response here and people wanting to participate and learn and grow. All right. This is a live Q&A, so why don't you guys feel free to interact, speak up, unmute your microphones, and let's just have some discussions. I know there's some good stories of things that people have done this week in real estate wholesaling, and there's some good stories and some good questions. So if you've got some stories, and you might have a story or two about some things you did this week, whether it was making your first offer or going out and talking to a seller for the first time, or maybe having that first seller phone call and talking to that seller, or maybe something else. But if anybody got a story you want to share with us or any questions, who wants to start off?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, dude.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just did my first scrape this morning.
Oh, yeah. All right. Using automated REI?
Yeah. I did the for rent.
Yeah.
And
Columbus?
What's that?
In Columbus?
Yeah. Yeah, I did the for rent. So I'm kind of just getting familiar with that. I was like, I'm not jumping on here until I got something done. So I got motivated a little bit.
Did you get it back already, or did you just order it? You placed the order?
I placed the order.
Yeah.
I went over the things. There was like a little red dot. So I don't think I can open it up yet, but I'll dig in.
Okay. Yeah. It takes about 24 hours. So about the same time tomorrow, you should see something pop up there. It says completed.
Yeah.
And that's exciting, man. That's really what I wanted to talk about today is what Ryan brought up is marketing. I put a little post on the Facebook group that says, focus on marketing, because at the end of the day, that's what we are, you and me, us guys here and gals, we're marketers. If you don't get your message out that we buy houses, if you don't get that message out, if you're not making offers, if you're not doing something to get outside of the four walls of your house, then guess what? You get to sit there and watch TV, at least until the bills don't get paid and they cut it off. So, it's all about marketing. You have to market. If there is one thing, guys, that you have to get good at here, it's not talking to sellers. It's not really, that's not the thing you need to be best at. It's not talking to buyers. It's not having a tremendous buyers list. I am a huge proponent of having a great buyers list, but it's not really having a buyers list. Okay. What it is it's having that marketing going constantly. You want to always be marketing. You want to be always looking for them deals. if you're not looking for deals, if you're not trying to get out there in some way with marketing to find deals, that you have to ask yourself this question, guys. Are you each and every day, if you don't do some kind of marketing, are you self-employed or are you just straight up unemployed? If you don't have any marketing going, you might just be straight up unemployed. If you've got marketing going, then you might be able to call yourself a business owner and self-employed or an entrepreneur. But if you don't have anything kicking, you ain't got nothing kicking, man. You just got a story you're talking. So, hey, man, credit to you, Ryan. I know it's a mind hurdle to jump into this stuff, and definitely congratulations on your first scrape, because that's where it all begins.
Thanks to you, man. You help a lot of us out, motivating people. I don't even think you really realize it, but you're motivating people like across the world. So it's cool.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's what we want to do here, and I'm glad that maybe we are making a little bit of difference in somebody. It's not about being talented here, and it's not even about the hustle, really, to be honest. I know there's a lot. I watch Gary V. You guys watch Gary V very much on. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. I love Gary V, and I watch Gary V, and he talks about the hustle. Like, he's like, I didn't take a day off for 9 years. Okay, well, that's cool and all. But was he married? Did he have kids? I don't know. Did he have a hobby that he enjoyed it all, or was he just working? I don't know. That's him. That works for him.
Right.
It's not really about the hustle. It's about consistent action. You're going to go somewhere today if you did something today to push that business forward. So, if you didn't do something today to push that business forward, then you're just basically, like I said, you got to ask yourself, am I employed or am I self-employed, or am I a business owner, or what? What's up?
Justin, can I speak?
Absolutely, man. What's up, Usman?
Yeah, I second that. You're a great motivator, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. It totally is a marketing business. This is. Obviously, there's a lot of ways of marketing, and like you were telling me before, there's like a million ways to market to sell, isn't there?
Yes.
I'm more interested in. Everyone's got their own techniques and stuff, but I'm more interested in inbound. So the sellers are coming to you.
Yes.
Instead of cold calling and things like that. When we're going to them, you have to nurture the leads a bit more, and more processing involved. But are there any systems that you've had success with regards to inbound?
Yes. And I'll tell you, you're exactly right, Usman. The calls that come in are way easier to work with than the ones that are outbound. Now, with that being said, guys, I was hoping there'd be a couple other folks that jumped on here during this call, because they have experienced like what Ryan started with the automated marketer. They're trying to generate leads by outbound text blasting. So these outbound text blasts, they are getting people to respond. Now, those are super easy to work. Okay. I'm not saying they're difficult at all, because they're not difficult at all. All right. They're super easy to work. These folks are saying yes, no, or maybe. Okay. And you're not wasting your time with the no's. You're calling the yeses and the maybes. So that's super easy. But Usman is correct. He's totally correct, because if you had marketing going, which, guys, is the next level, okay, start with something like the text blaster. All right. Start with something like that. And then once you have a little bit of momentum and you've got a little bit of money, then invest in some marketing strategies that are going to make the phone ring.
Justin, can I ask something? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, you're right. Totally agree with you. I mean, at this point in stage, when I start, I think text blasting is a really good one, because, like you said, there's 3 options: yes, no, or maybe, and then you can filter out all the tag. And the ones that are serious, you can approach them and just work on them.
Exactly.
I think out of all the inbound strategies, the most expensive one is paid advertisement. Google Ads.
Yeah.
But I think that is pretty good. It is expensive, but that's something we could try later on, maybe. I know a lot of people have had success with that because people are searching for you in Google, aren't they? I want to sell my house for cash now. And then if you come up like near the top and people like fill out the form, there's a good chance, the chances of conversion are a lot higher.
I just closed a deal this month that was a call-in lead. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I like the outbound because it's more on my schedule. Okay. It's more on demand. So if I need to get a deal, I know that I can do X number of outbound and I'm going to produce a certain result. Okay. I like that. But I also have developed my business to a point where I have some outbound marketing going. Okay. And what I have going is Google. I have SEO. Okay. I've spent some time developing, getting my stuff on the front page of Google. So when you search things here in Kansas City, a lot of times those keywords will draw me up on the first page. And so, like, for example, I had a seller that found me online. Okay. And basically just said, hey, they went to the website, ourteambuysHouses.com, which is my seller website. Okay. You don't even have to have this to get started if you're doing the outbound stuff, which is also why I encourage people to start with the outbound text blasting, because then you don't really have to have a website or anything. Okay. But when they find you, then they always try to check you out a little bit too. So they're going to go to the website. They're going to go to your Facebook business page. You're going to go try to check who this cat is. You know, who is this guy? And then what happened is they put in a little form. It's, if you go check out that website, they put their name and their phone number in there and a little bit of, you know, maybe just a little bit of other information. And then they hit submit. And then I get notified. My team, we get told, hey, somebody just said, you know, I'm interested in selling a house. Well, so we call them immediately. Right. And, you know, of course, they are interested in selling their house. And sometimes the numbers work and sometimes the numbers don't work. But then also, just because they put their information in on your website and are interested in getting an offer from you doesn't mean that they didn't go to a half a dozen other gurus in town. You know what I mean? And they did in this case. And so I ended up having other offers compete with my offer on that deal, and I still won. But, you know, the point of fact is that it's not a sure deal every time somebody inbound calls you anyway. So, you know, don't be concerned that, you know, there's an easy way to do this. And that's just having the phone ring. You're still going to have to close those people. There's still going to be competition. Okay. But to answer your question, yeah, Google is an excellent way to do that. AdWords is an excellent way to do that. So, you know, I would definitely recommend that, you know, you do the outbound first and then grow a little bit, get some momentum, and then put a little bit of that money into developing other marketing strategies. Now, there are other things that I do as well besides Google. One is, and this is something nobody thinks about, and I don't know why, it's the cheapest and easiest shit in the world. Do you know when you go to the gas station, guys, and you're walking out the door and you look down to the right or the left, and there's that little steel or little metal like wire shelf thing, and it's got all them newspapers stacked up in it, and it's not like your city newspaper. It's like just the classifieds. It's like just cars and shit like this, right? It's not like, you know, yeah. What you got to, you reach down, you pick it up, and it says American Classifieds, Penny Saver, whatever that is. You know, you can put an ad in that thing for like, I think $20 a month is what we pay here. Okay. And there's only a couple wholesalers in my entire market area that I find doing this. Me and one other guy. And that other guy and myself, we are like almost in a competition, okay, to get our ad the most noticeable in the penny saver, because you cannot imagine how many people walk out the gas station and pick up that damn newspaper and just read it on the toilet or sitting in an easy chair and, oh, here's a guy, here's an ad. And then they talk it up around town. Yeah. Hey, I know a guy that buys houses. Anybody needs a house or they got a house problem? Hey, well, I know a guy. There's a guy in the penny saver. So they call it, and that's $20 a month. Is it going to make your phone ring every single day? No, it's not. It's going to make your phone ring once, maybe twice a month, honestly. So, but for $20, where Google's going to cost you $300-400, maybe $600, maybe $1,000, maybe $2,000 a month, depending on how deep you want to get. There's little ways, guys. You just have to decide what works best for you. And start putting some dollars towards that. Okay, but that's like the next level. Okay, so if you're just getting started, do the outbound stuff because it's affordable and because it's more predictable. You know what I'm saying? It's predictable. I know that I'm going to have a number of yeses, nos, or maybes. And with the Penny Saver, with the Google, I really just don't know if that phone's going to ring today or if it's going to ring 5 times today.
Justin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, also at the moment, like I'm trying to, what you're saying is right. You want to crawl and walk before you can run. And I think outbound's a really good way to like get into that. Also, like, I want to get into a position where I've got systems in place. So when, like, I've got a VA, I've got like, follow-up system. What are you using? Are you using Podio at the moment, or?
No, I I had a great call the other day with a one-on-one student out of California, and what I found is that everybody's trying to figure out a great CRM or something like that. And I told them, listen, I tried Podio, guys. Podio, I'm not putting it down. I'm sure it's great. And it does some really cool things, but it was so damn complicated. I could not figure it out, man. Like there was just so much to it. I don't know. It was over my head. Okay. Maybe for you, Usman, I mean, you're a sharp guy. No. It probably isn't like that for you.
I'm not a sharp guy. Yeah, no, that's the reviews I've read about it as well about Podio. It's quite complicated.
Yeah, it was pretty complicated, and I did spend some time in it trying to figure it out, but I still couldn't make it work the way I wanted it to. So I keep it simple, man. I use a program called Trello, Trello.com. Okay. Trello.com. And what I do is with Trello, let me see here if I can share the screen real quick, and I'll show you exactly what Trello looks like. This is what Trello looks like. So it's free. Okay, go there. It's free. You can sign up for the free thing. But here's Trello. It allows you to create boards. Okay, and each board you can have a different thing, a different topic, a different day, whatever you want. Okay. Now I'm going to show you just real quickly my personal day-to-day. All right, you can see my personal day-to-day. It has on here Saturday. That's today. I got a 10 a.m. I got to do some push-ups and some pull-ups. Tomorrow I'm going to read and pray and do some visualizations. And then I'm going to ready my vacation responders because I'm going to take a trip. So this is how I organize my life. But now look at this. I've got other boards here. And if I slide down, you see there's a property leads board. Yeah, every property lead I have is on a board. This is free, guys. If you're looking for an easy way to stay organized, Trello is about the best thing there is. All right, so you can organize this. Here's what I really like about Trello is I can drag and drop things. You see how I'm moving these things around? Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so if I got a property lead I'm working, I'm just going to add it right here. Seller call today, 444 Apple Cart Way. Call back ASAP. All right. Now, I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to forget that. because if I get to this thing today or I don't get to it, it doesn't matter because I'm going to drop it over on tomorrow now. I'm never going to forget to work this lead. Okay. And when I do work this lead, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add the details. So I'm never going to forget what the details of my conversation with this guy is. I'm never going to forget what's up with this. And this is what me and my team uses. My acquisitions team actually has access to this property leads board you see over here.
Justin, do you share it with them?
I shared just this property leads board with them. I do not share with them the personal day-to-day board. I don't share with them any of these others, but I share with them the property leads board. Okay. So if I were to click on the property leads board, which I don't want to do because that's going to tell you all the deals that my team's working on right now, and it might have some sensitive information like contact information for sellers and stuff, and I don't want you to see that. But at the same time, if I were to click property leads, it's going to pull up a board that looks just like this one, except each one of these cards, each one of these lists is a different property lead. Okay.
I'm guessing, Justin, your acquisitions team, can they add stuff to that as well? I'm guessing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Usman. They have access to it. So they get in there, they add to it. They have conversations with sellers. They have conversations with realtors. They receive an inbound call. They make some outbound text blasts and they get a few yeses and they want to follow up. It all goes on the Trello because then I can get in there and look at it. They can get in there and look at it. All of us can modify it and edit it. We can make it what we want it to be. And so, that's a simple, easy way to go about keeping organized with all your leads and getting a virtual assistant involved to answer your question. Long way around about, but I think I'm finally getting there to get a virtual assistant involved and stay organized virtually with them so that you're both working on the same concepts and you can see what progress they've made, what progress they haven't made, how deals are moving forward or not moving forward. What's up, who's up to bat now and what's happening next, who's on deck, right, Ryan?
That's right. just absorbing.
Hey, you're a baseball coach, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can get by with that. Yeah, my son plays, so.
But it's baseball. I was just making sure it wasn't a different sport.
I'm a big basketball nut.
Oh, he's a basketball guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a freshman basketball coach. So
that's excellent. Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, I was telling Angela about you the other day, and I said he's a baseball coach, and she was like, "Oh, well, that's nice." She said it's baseball, and I said, "Well, I think so." I keep thinking all these baseball references around you, but actually, it's basketball. I feel like a dummy.
It's all good. Ball is life.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's great. You watch college level or or the pros?
I try not to watch the pros, but I'm caught up in it.
Yeah,
I was caught up in it. It's I just like the game, whatever it is, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
I went to go see a pro game, first time ever to go live. Like I went down to the arena. And man, I was totally unimpressed. And I know these guys are super talented, but I was also like, all of them can stand flat-footed and like reach up here and touch the rim. I was like, how complicated is that for these guys? This looks like the easiest shit in the world.
I got to meet the Lakers one time.
Oh yeah.
Because my wife's cousin's married to a guy high up. So we went to Cleveland and so we got to meet the team and it was crazy. It's almost unfair. So how talented they are. So
yeah, they are super talented, man. They get paid good money too. Hey, Aaron, can you talk to us a little bit about your experiences with automated REI this week, man?
Yeah, actually, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had some questions a lot about it. So, success this week. I threw a text blast out for the FISBOs got a lot of yes, got a lot of no's. I got about out of the 5 campaigns I sent out, I got about a 50% return on all of them, either with a no or yes. And then some were, I don't know if I can rent in my neighborhood with my home association. So I just still called him anyways, and he was interested. And one question about, he was like, oh, do you have a website, whatever I could look at? So I did. I said, no, I don't have a website. I just sent him that email that had all the information, the breakdown, questions that they may have and stuff to go over. And I got some follow-ups to do first the next week. So it's been awesome because it's also led to a couple investors texting back saying, no, I'm an investor. So I still called them anyways and said, well, what do you do? And what are you looking for? And I put them on my buyers list. We had a great conversation, and it led to them being cool. I would love to get some deals. Let's network. Let's do some deals together. Let's make some money. So I've had a great response from it and some great conversations this week. So it's been awesome. But question I had was with the conversation, because I am getting a lot of conversation with investors that have a big book of rental properties. The 2 that I had yesterday, they didn't have any currently vacant properties. They had just got them filled up. My conversation's kind of been like, okay, we can go ahead and get those. If you don't have them rented out, we can do that for you, because a lot of them are paying property management companies to do all this stuff. So I'd be like, hey man, I'd love to be able to take that responsibility from them and that cost off of your, so your business is more profitable. Is that something, am I headed in the right direction with that conversation?
With the property managers?
Well, no, like with the investor, because they're using property management companies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying, well, you're paying these companies to, pre-screen your clients and all that stuff, and I do it for free. Yeah. So, because they pay me, people that come occupy your properties, they pay me directly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
That's how that conversation's been started. I don't know if that was a good way to start it or what. I don't know.
Yeah. Just frankly, the concept is sound. I mean, you have a good idea, except my experience has been that the investors out there typically are not the guys that will JV with me or allow me to do a wholesale lease option on their property. And I don't really know why that is. Maybe because they want to do it for themselves sometimes, or maybe they think against it or better of it for whatever reason for their situation. But they're not really they're not the bread and butter kind of the best of the best motivated sellers. So what you want to get is those guys and gals out there who are going through a divorce, or they have to job transfer, or they've got to move. Those are the real ones that you want to. Now, there's nothing in the world wrong with taking a shot at some of these investors, but as long as mentally going in that's not really truly who you're after. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, take a shot at it, because you never know. I mean, you just hit one year.
Like I met this guy, Mike Beardsley, out in Lee Summit. And he's like, yeah, I'm in the acquisition stage right now. I'm looking to acquire probably 3 to 4 properties. And I got that list from that other text that I sent out. He's a small little guy in town, has 15 rentals he's trying to get rid of because he's retiring.
Perfect.
And he sent me that list. And
yeah,
that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. So, like you said, I've been looking to see what he's asking, what the property value, if it's a good deal or not, if I could wholesale. To send it out on that cash buyer list to see if I can get some deals sold there. So it's led to a lot of other leads and a lot of the opportunity to make money. So it's not bad.
And that's key, Aaron. I'm glad you said that, and you're exactly right, because if you have marketing going of some kind and you're creating a lot of this activity, you're creating conversations with these people. It doesn't matter if you're talking to some are investors and some are sellers and some are landlords and on and on. It doesn't matter. Everybody's different, but as long as you're creating that activity and that buzz, you're going to find a deal.
Yeah. Well, I was driving home and I saw another for sale by owner sign or for rent sign. I just pulled over and called her, and we talked for like 20 minutes and sent her lease option agreement memo, and I got it. So I'm going to start marketing that property this weekend.
Boom! You got it? Say that.
Yep.
Tell me that again, man. I don't know if I grasped the greatness of the words that just fell out of your face, man. Say it again.
Well, I got I sent out the memos because I was asking her, you know, how much would it rent for? What's the property value? What's your mortgage on it? And all that. She's like, why are you asking all these questions? And I just stopped asking those questions, built a relationship, just started building a little bit more rapport with her. And then she goes like, well, so you're saying you could find a tenant for my property? I was like, yeah. That's what my company does, is we find someone to come in there and rents it out for you, and they kind of make it their home. And, you know, at the end of the lease, it's up that you can have the option to sell. If not, you know, we can find another tenant to come in and take over, and we can find another property for them to buy. Right. And she's like, you know, this sounds really good. She started at $11.75 for rent, and then she started talking to me, and I was like, you know, they assume the responsibility of all this, and she ended up getting to down to $1,100 a month for rent instead of $11.75.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Well,
all right, warrior, right?
Yep.
All right, he's a deal assassin. He's out there killing it, man. I love it, man. That's a great story, and that's really I did not know you were going to share all that. I did not know that. I mean, I knew a little bit of that because you and I had been talking, but you know, to drop all of that on us, thank you, man. That's very encouraging. And
well, I got that one. Plus, I got the other one on Benton Boulevard. I have to finalize and go over and get pictures on that one to hopefully get marketing this weekend too.
Boom, 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 boom. Right. So that's a couple flex option agreements you picked up.
Yep.
Those memos. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man. Ryan, what in the world, man? Come on, dude.
Good job, man.
You know, dude, you are just now stepping through the door into that story.
That right there, that's some hustling. That's just stopping on the road, getting on the phone. That's just awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great, man. You know, you're going to have a similar experience, man. I predict that you are going to have a similar experience running that thing. You already started the scraper. Yeah, and when it comes back, you're going to set up when you got time, and, you know, and you can do it. You do it on your schedule, and then do that blast. Boom. Yeah. People to talk to, agreements to send out, to get signatures on, money to be made.
Those are things I need to hear. You know, just people out there getting it done, sending out that paperwork. So yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. It is great. It's great. Hey, congratulations on that, Aaron. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with us, Aaron?
Well, I think I think my next step is get a website, because like I said, well, then people are, you know, everyone's just the technology stage, and I'm not very technical. And so getting a website's kind of, I don't know, not necessarily scary, but I think that's my next step, is to get that built up. So instead of just an email with information for people to read over, I think they'd like to check on the website too.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's it's not a mandatory thing to get started, especially if you're doing the outbound stuff. But once you get a little bit of momentum going, you know, definitely put a little face on the business, you know, get a little landing page or something. I use GetResponse for my email blaster, and it offers me some landing pages. So I just, you know, honestly, my stuff is just landing pages that were put together from that. And it's not something that I spent a lot of time or money on. And because like I said, you know, when a motivated seller finds it, you know, they're interested in that you're a real person and that you actually have a business or a solution that you might be able to offer. And after that, I swear, I don't think they even read all of the stuff. I think they just glance at it. They see, oh yeah, it's a real thing. They put their info in and hit go. You know, right. It's not like, you know, think about how you and me would do. Would we really probably go through and read every word and try to decipher, how this business works and shit. And, nobody's doing.
And I upgraded my get response yesterday. So now I'm on there for now. So I guess my next step is to get my landing pages up. But I think I don't even still know how to send out an email. You're the one that sent out my first one. And I got a great response from that. I got like 15, 16 buyers email me back out of a list of 100. And
I did it on my phone, man.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was that easy.
Conversation with them, so it's been great.
Yeah, that's cool. You got some good momentum going, man. I'm real pleased with the stories you're sharing and everything. I see Janet Franklin on here too. She's had some real progress this week, and I don't know if she can unmute her microphone or wants to get on here and say anything. But you got anything you want to share with us, Janet? She just popped off here completely. I think we ran her off, man. I scared her off. Hey, we do have some questions. Oh, there she is. You're back. Hey, Janet, did you want to share anything?
Let me see. As far as what anybody wanted to know, I would answer the questions, but I was pretty frustrated at first, but I just kept getting rejected. And I just, was really happy. And this was just in between. I couldn't afford the get response thing. So whenever I'm driving around and I see those for sale by owner signs,
yeah,
I would just, and if it looks like it's a decent property or a fire sale, I'd write it down and then call them when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah. Driving for dollars. Yeah. Basically. Yes. Yeah. That's awesome. That's good. That is the hustle, right? That is the hustle, going out and driving, looking for deals. And sometimes that fits people. And I advise some other people this week to go and do that. And there's some great apps to help you do that too. Once you get a little bit of, if you got a little bit of money to put into it. But me and Janet went out and looked at a house this week, a couple different times. And she happens to be here in my local market. So we went out and looked at a couple. We made an offer, and guy accepted the offer. And so now we've got to sell that place. All right.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's how it works. We're halfway there. And we got to complete the deal, but yeah, we're doing really good. We're making good progress. I mean, to be out there making offers is guys, it's freaking huge. To just get out there and make offers, and then get your accepted offers, man. They're gonna happen. You go out there and you make one offer, and you're not gonna probably get rich. But if you get out there and you make 10 offers, you're probably going to find somebody to talk to. If you get out there and you make 100 offers, you're probably going to find a deal, 2, 3 deals. If you made 1,000 offers, you're probably going to find 20 or 30 deals that you can do, so it's all about that marketing and that consistent focus. And guys, there's so many great tools today that you don't have to do everything the hard way anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of questions popping up here. Hey, thanks, Janet, for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Hello, Angela.
Hey, Angela doesn't have her headset on. I didn't provide one for her today. I said this is our first time out doing this, and so I forgot to provide her with a headset, and now she can't hear you. So she's sitting here she's just listening to this talk and no one else. And, it's got to be boring. But anyway, Janet said hello.
Oh, hi, Janet.
You can hear her though, right? They can hear you.
I just can't hear. Okay.
And they're waving at you.
I'm enjoying
Yeah, that answers the question that came in from Mike Hendo Henderson. That's my wife. It's my wife, Angela. And we've been together for 4 years now, married, and been together for 7 total. So it's like, we feel just right at home with each other now, finally. And, hey, it's a thing, you gotta work at that too. Right. And I mean, we have a wonderful relationship, and we both are invested in it. and we both work at it. And, you know, I love her dearly. So I'm glad that she decided finally to come on the show and be introduced here. Everybody always wonder, you know, I wonder what his wife looked like. Well, that's what she looks like right there, guys. All right. So I hope that answers your question. And anyway, we've got out here some more questions in the chat. Yeah, Thrifty Nickel, man. The Thrifty Nickel or the American Classifieds, that's also a cheap way if you're looking to get the phone to ring with motivated sellers. Romeo May asks, what would be the best ad to place for subject to sellers? Great question. Bandit signs on the corners or in the classifieds, the Thrifty Nickel, any of those are great. Little flyers that go door to door, those are great too. And here's what the message should say: we take over payments. Sell your house today. That's really the message, guys. We take over payments, right? Now, if you're also like Ryan and you're doing the wholesaling lease options game, that is also a great message for that, because those motivated sellers, remember, they can't sell for some reason. They don't have enough equity. They can't afford a realtor. So the payment, they have a job transfer, maybe they got to move. Now they got to get a house somewhere else. And then they still have this payment here. So now they got two payments. The payment becomes an issue for people. All right. And maybe they've got a sick grandmother in Montana and they have to go move there to help care for her in her later days. All right. Now they got two payments. We take over payments. All right. That solves a problem for a lot of people. And let me tell you guys, the worse the economy gets and the more difficult it becomes to get a home loan, and it's going to get more difficult. It's not going to get easier. Okay. If you agree with that, put it in the chat. If you disagree with that, definitely put it in the chat, because I want to hear why you would disagree with that. But I believe it's not going to get easier for people to get home loans. It's going to get more difficult. Okay. And I also believe that people are going to have a more difficult time selling their home as compared to right now. So things are going to get, you know, things are going to slow down sometime. They don't keep going, you know, raging fast like they are right now. They're going to slow down. And then when they do, this technique, Ryan, the one that you're focusing on, man, it's going to be dynamite. For real. We take over payments. All right. That was answer to Romeo. How do I say that, man? Does it make a difference if you have a company name or just your own name? No, just do a company name when you get one. Until you get one, go with your name. There's nothing wrong with your name. And then once you have your first deal or two underway and you get about $150 to $200, then open up an LLC in the state in which you live and do business. Cool. Yep. Aaron says it's getting smaller and smaller, harder and harder to qualify. Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's the name of the game. That's the law of the land. The rich get richer and the rest of us go get money from the bank. Right. So it's going to get tougher for folks to get that money. Hey, I want to say a shout out to Carl. My mom is watching again. Hey, thanks, Mom. I love you. Carlos, David, Bradley, Terrence is watching us from Sweden, guys. I don't know if you realize this, but we have a really substantial international audience. And I don't know what it is they like about this white guy. All right. But they watch this show and I'm really happy for it. So thanks for watching us from Sweden. Of course, we got Usman from the United Kingdom. You know, we've got some other folks that watch us from the nation of Israel. That's pretty exciting. From Canada. And I tell you what, I'd like to add on is a couple Aussies. We need some guys from Australia checking in here. I love the way they talk. It's pretty cool. They sound like they're from London. Not really. Sorry, Usman. You are from London, man.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or any stories they want to share? It's been a fun time, guys. I never saw any of you. I never saw one of you eating a bowl of cereal, and I'm real disappointed, man. Where's the Sugar Smacks, Aaron? Where's the Fruity Pebbles? Where's that stuff at? Because, you know, I thought about bringing a bowl of cereal, and I was nervous. It was my first time with the Zoom, and I was like, I better not. You know, I'll end up pouring milk on my laptop. But I'm craving some Sugar Smacks. What kind of cereal does everybody eat? Put it in the chat right now. I want to know. What kind of cereal was it, Aaron?
Fruity Pebbles today.
You had Fruity Pebbles today?
Always.
And you didn't share with us?
Nope. Well, if you wanted to eat them at 8 o'clock this morning before my workout.
Oh, so you had to get your workout in and all that, man. You know, I'm just a lazy guy today because you've already done a whole day's worth of work, and I'm just now getting started, man.
My day starts at 4:35 o'clock every day.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
I shot the system, man.
Yeah, you got a routine that you do every day.
I do now. Since I quit my job, and I was just, my job affecting a lot of my other stuff that I was wanting to do. So now I get up and do my prayer, my meditation, and then I hit the gym, and I come back and eat my Fruity Pebbles and Sugar Smacks, whatever. And after my protein shake, and then I sit down and have a conversation with you.
Awesome. That's the strategy right there, guys. If you don't have a good morning routine, you ought to have one. I also do have a morning routine. It's not quite as intense as Aaron's is, but I do have things that I do every morning to get my mind right, because, you know, if you start out, man, it's like playing golf, you know, just a little bit off. You can't even tell the club face is a little off, but then when you swing it and you hit that ball a little bit of degree off, means that you're like 40 miles over here into the woods now, you know. And that's I've played golf a lot in my life, and that has happened to me, and that's why I quit playing golf, because I got mad about it, man. I was like, you know, I don't want to come out here and pay $20 for the greens fees and then another 20 for a cart just to get out here and get just absolutely pissed off. It's like, it's not worth it. Because my mind, you know, it's kind of like a metaphor for my mind. I got to get my mind right, you know. So, guys, if you're not doing something in the morning to get your mind right, then you're really holding yourself back a little bit, because your business is going to be a reflection of who? You, right? It's going to be a reflection of what's going on up in here. So, you know, remember that. Hey, Kevin Tan said next time he's going to send me some Grubhub breakfast. Hey, man, there's a great Mexican restaurant down here on the corner, and they do Grubhub. So, yeah, let's get the hookup, Kevin. I love that stuff. Anybody else? We got some more comments coming in here. How to feel confident on the amount of offer you give the seller, guys. You know, to this day, sometimes I'm a little unconfident with the number that I'm offering to the seller. It's more important that you take a shot at it than that you be a complete accurate. Okay. It's more important that you make the offers than that you make the offers perfect every time. Okay. It's not about being perfect on the numbers. And especially when you're talking about wholesale real estate, not with wholesaling lease options. That's pretty easy. Wholesaling lease options. But on a wholesale offer with an ugly house, yeah, it's not an exact science, guys, because every buyer that you send this deal to, if you get it, is going to have a different rehab number, a different number for what it's going to cost to repair the place. They're going to have different holding costs. They're going to look at things differently on the after repair value. And they're all going to want to come back and say something about it at some point in time and try to talk you down, or maybe not if they think it's a good deal, but everyone's going to have their own perspective on it. So use the formula, get an ARV. If you start out with a good ARV in mind after repair value, run the formula on it, give your buyer that 30% profits, then take off the rehab cost that you think it will be, and that's going to be a moving target too, guys. And then take off your fee. That's your maximum allowable offer. All right. Just go for it. Go for it. All right. And also there are buyers out there that will do a 70% deal. And there are buyers out there that will do a 75% deal. And there are buyers out there that'll do an 80% deal. And guys, there's even buyers out there that'll do a 90% deal in the right market. All right. So don't get so caught up on, hey, my numbers have to be perfect. Just make the offers. Yeah.
Justin, I was listening to some other expert who is from St. Louis. I don't know if you heard of David Dodge.
I haven't heard of him, man, but tell us what he was saying.
I bought his book on wholesaling. It's really good. He was saying the more embarrassed you are by your offer, the better it is.
Yeah, that's about right. You know, the one thing you don't want to do is start too high, right?
Yeah.
You start too high and now you're already shooting yourself in the foot. That's great advice. Super good advice.
You know, Justin, like, I'm guessing like a lot of people on the same boat as me here. I want to get into a position where I've got systems in place and I'm churning out offers every day, 3, 5, 10. But I don't want to be doing it myself because that's a shitload of work to do. I want to have VAs in place.
Yeah. So what you do is you create a system, man. You just create a system that they can easily come in and do routine, mundane tasks. Okay.
Yeah.
My acquisitions team, every day they check PropStream. They put new properties on a spreadsheet that they find on PropStream. They send it to me. I check them off, the ones I like. They then go and they do the routine, making the offers. Okay. It's really simple. It's very teachable. I'm not asking them to be mental giants or to decide what properties are good or bad. I'm letting them do all of the prep work for me. And then I'm spending 10 minutes a day deciding, yes, let's make an offer on this one. Let's make an offer on this one. Let's make an offer on this one, and then forget the rest. It's that easy, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. We got another question. Yeah, let's hit the fairway sometime, man. I got rid of my clubs, guy. I did, man. I did because I wanted to wrap one around a tree one afternoon. And then, man, I'm ashamed of it. This was a long time ago. But I lost my temper on the green and I just took a mad swing and took a chunk out of it. And I felt so horrible bad. They should have kicked me off that. They should have kicked me out and banned me for life because that, but man, I just lost it. I couldn't believe that little damn ball won't go in the hole. Like that Happy Gilmore. Are you too good for your home? You don't want to go home? Exactly. And then there was no guy there going, good thoughts in, bad thoughts out. It's circular. Feel the flow. Ride the bull. I didn't have that guy. All right. Somebody says, Janet says, I got two older gentlemen that are tired of the houses. Both said 78 years old and the capital gains tax is too much. Yeah, these are tired landlords. I've been saying that a lot, and that's absolutely true. If you're looking for junker houses, tired landlords are your target. Okay, tired landlords. If you're looking for wholesale lease options, motivated sellers that have a hard time selling and they need to sell, and that payment is the problem. Okay, those are the two dichotomies here. Do you do a meetup? Now, I don't really do meetups other than online here. And I have tried to go to a lot of these other meetups that are in my marketplace. And be honest with you, they're great like the first time, and then I never go back. And mostly just because I don't really get much out of it personally. Should I do Romeo says, should you do a sub 2 on a fixer-upper property that is 3 months behind? I would not. Love you, dude. I'll see you. Have a good one. I would not. And the reason why I would not is because on a sub 2 deal, you're going to look for a buyer that wants to move in. Okay. You need to have a pretty house, really. Idealistically. Now, is it possible? I'm sure it's possible, but idealistically, you need to have a house. And so I would not do a subject to on a fixer upper that is 3 months behind on payments unless there was just a crazy good amount of equity there and it was a crazy good price for what it was going to be worth after repair. Okay. But if it's going to be tight and it's going to be, a questionable thing, I'm walking. There's a lot more simpler deals than that. Okay. But like I said, if there's a ton of equity there, then maybe that's a different thing. Hey, Terrence, I haven't opened the floor up for you yet, but I'm going to unmute your mic, man. You want to say anything from Sweden? Why don't you say hello to us?
Hello.
He kept it simple, didn't he?
Yeah.
What's going on out there?
Actually, multitasking because Sweden is playing in the bronze match of the World Cup. So
oh, wow. Yeah.
So I'm focusing on two things at once here.
I bet Usman's watching that too. Are you a big soccer
Exactly. We're playing UK.
Yeah.
I am a soccer fan, but I'm not watching it. No, I'm not watching it.
I see. I thought we was going to have a battle right here on this show right here. We got the opposing fans and just UK. Oh gosh! Hey,
no contest. We're up 2-1.
Woo!
Oh dear.
He's talking shit now, ain't he?
we don't call it soccer. We call it football.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's all right. We call football something else. It's strange, isn't it? It really is. There's football and then there's football. Football. I know soccer. I tried soccer when I was a kid, guys. I stunk at it. This white kid can't run. He can't jump either. It's just like, that's the way it is. I can't do it, man. I was too slow. But man, I went to go see a professional soccer game. I went actually to the arena to see a soccer game. And those guys are the most amazing athletes I have ever witnessed. I'm talking about sacrificing their bodies for the play. I mean, they're doing amazing things. And I was really blown away by it. So I understand watching the game, Terrence. Hey, welcome, man. I'm glad you're here. Really glad you're here. All right, we got a question here from Carlina. We're about to sign off, guys. We went an hour. We're going to sign off here after this question, unless anybody else has something they want to share. But we had a buyer, says from Carlina, we had a buyer give me his buying profile. Why do I feel worried that I won't find one? He wants $300,000 homes, 50% rehab, and a ARV of $500K. It sounds amazing, but these are really expensive homes. What am I looking for when looking for sellers? Should I look for pre-foreclosures or for sale by owners? Okay, Carlina, in this market, it might be different in other markets, but in this market, your sweet spot is going to be an after repair value of $200,000 or less. If you are looking for big monster jumbo homes, they are going to be fewer and farther in between. Your bread and butter is going to be under $200,000 after repair value. Okay. So I would not spend a lot of time trying to serve that buyer and find him a deal. I would find other deals that are in your wheelhouse. There's another baseball reference, Ryan. She's going to find deals in her wheelhouse. All right. So, yeah, when you're looking for sellers, should you be looking for pre-foreclosures or for sale by owners? And the answer to that question is, why not both? Why not both? Yep. Starting out, should you use a VA or just do it all yourself? Yep. You need to learn how to do it yourself first before you can adequately set up the process for a VA to do things for you guys. Now, you don't have to do it for months and months and years. Just do a deal or two before you turn it over to someone else, because if you don't have a deal or two under your belt, it's going to be hard for you to keep them on tap. You understand what I mean? They're going to, hey, and there's some slick guys out there, man. I've had 100 VAs in my career, and I have had to get rid of a bunch of them because they don't know how to do what I want them to do, and they won't learn, and they can't do, or they, some issue, or maybe they're a little unscrupulous here and there. I've had to shit can a good number of them. And, I'm glad that I understood the business before I handed them pieces of it to do. Okay. Because there's lots of ways for them to screw you up. So learn it a little bit, and I know we all want to jump to right, not doing anything. I'm the laziest guy in the world, but pound out a deal or two, guys. Hey, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I don't know if you guys enjoyed this. I have had a great Terrence. Thank you, dude, for the thumbs up. Everybody, I really appreciate it. Ryan, Aaron, Janet, Usman, everybody that spoke today. Thank you. Thank you for coming on here and being a part of this. We're going to do this every week on Saturdays. So bring your questions, bring your stories. Hey, I just want to make this like we're just a group of dudes and gals that know each other, and we're encouraging each other. That's really what this is about. I don't want to come off like I'm trying to teach people shit. I know it does sound like that a little bit, but I just really mostly want us to help feed each other with this positivity. All right. All right. Hey, love you guys. Y'all have a great week. Okay. Get out there and make some offers. Let's do it.